Report, a BHMSD podcast.
Welcome, BHMSD family. We've started a new process to keep everyone informed and engaged on the happenings that's throughout our district. One avenue that you may have noticed is our enhanced presence on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Jessica Bricker has been an integral part of that process in providing greater communication throughout our district. Now we are looking at adding a podcast as part of our repertoire for services to keep you informed. This month will be our first podcast that we'll release, and it'll be providing you information on what's happening throughout our district for the month of September. Our goal is to bring back more information each month to keep you informed on new things that are happening, as well as reinforce important information that you may need to know throughout the month. In the month of September, each school district reports their enrollment count to the state of Indiana, and that is a key indicator for schools for their enrollment as well as for funding purposes for the school. We're looking at our enrollment for this coming school year and around the same level as we were last school year. Currently we're tracking early September here at 1,710 students, and that does not include our 100 preschool students that are also getting serviced at our elementary school. At each one of our buildings, that means there's a lot of little ones that are needing services and a lot of staff that are putting in extra hard work to make sure they have a great day each and every day. At our elementary school alone, that puts that number just over 700 kids in and out of that day at that school. So I know that we have a lot of new programming in place and some existing programming that's been tremendous for our students, knowing we have a variety of kiddos that need opportunities and have a variety of interests as well. So we're excited for those different things, ranging from our esports program going into its second year, marching band, they'll have their big event here in September as well for the Banks of the Wabash, as well as our athletics and our academic programs that are after school. Our students have a variety of options to be impactful, and not only in the activities they're interested in, but also in service areas that our faculty and staff provide for them. So between our middle school, looking at starting up a robotics program to be competitive throughout the area, and our elementary school has opened up their innovation and design studio, which provides our kindergarten through fourth grade students the opportunity to really get hands-on work in the area of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math related curriculum for our elementary students. So for our 1,710 kids, we have a lot of different things ready for them, and we have 250 plus individuals daily ready to service them throughout our school year. For the 22-23 school year, we adjusted our school calendar to include 3 additional professional development days for our teachers. This was a change as to what we had previously for school calendars. It eliminates our e-learning days that were established in September and November, so students will not have any activity on those previously scheduled e-learning days. Our staff then will still be reporting to school. They'll have professional development duties to complete. Again, that'll be aligning with our assessment and grading initiative for the district. The third day, which will be actually a change for our families, is a day in March. That traditionally was a school day. It'll turn into a non-student day, and our staff will have that opportunity as well to conduct an additional professional development for our calendar. We did recently also put out a survey to our stakeholders on the 23-24 school year calendar, looking at dates for break periods, start of school, end of school, as well as questions on our 3-hour delay, whether that is something we want to implement for our district. We were still reviewing the results of that survey. We did find that we had overwhelming support for the calendar as proposed, and support at around 85% in implementing a 3-hour delay schedule. We do have concerns, and they were communicated in that survey regarding working parents, as well as the time for the educational time for students on a 3-hour delay. But we're trying to balance those concerns with the safety of students coming to school on inclement weather days. We do have on our school website information for inclement weather and the procedures that we use to determine whether we have a delay, a cancellation, or a virtual day. And we'll be keeping that updated and maintained on our website as we make any changes throughout the school year. If we decide to implement a 3-hour delay option for our delays, something will get communicated out to all stakeholders with that new change with ample time before we would put anything in place. We have 2 different major district initiatives this year, one in the operational area and one in the educational area. Operationally, we're looking at enhancing our payroll processing to implement a time clock management system. So currently our employees who are hourly employees fill out a paper timesheet, and they log their hours on that sheet. Their building level employees then report that to their offices. Our principals review that information, tabulate that information, and send it on to the central office for processing, and then it's manually entered into our financial system. What we're looking to do this year is, part of that initiative is enhancing that program to make it a little more efficient. So individuals would clock in, clock out from a time management system using their employee ID cards, and then that would automatically report out their time, allowing that to be automatically inputted into our financial system, creating greater efficiency, less errors in our process, and hopefully streamline that for all of our employees. On the educational side, totally different, would be looking at assessment and grading practices as a district as a whole. So not to make any landslide changes, but more so to just look at where we are right now in terms of assessment and grading and what we do and what our current practices are. So we need to gain a better understanding of what our practices are, and then that will help guide our waypoint going forward. One avenue we're looking at to enhance our understanding of assessment and grading is to call upon our stakeholders, both our students, our faculty and staff, and our parents, in completing an assessment and grading survey. So later this month we'll send that out. All 4th grade through 12th grade students will be able to have the opportunity to complete that survey, as well as our teachers, and then parents for all grades, kindergarten through 12th grade, will have that opportunity as well. So we're hopeful individuals take that chance to fill out a survey. It'll take probably about 10 minutes of their time and give us a good base level understanding of where grading and assessment is in our district. Those are the two major initiatives that we'll be taking as a district going forward this school year. I've asked our food service director, Mrs. Robin McCorkle, to share a little bit of information with you on our food service program for the 22-23 school year.
I'm Robin McCorkle, the food service director, and there's a few things I want to talk about today. We're getting to that deadline where free and reduced applications are due for this year. October 1st is the deadline. You can apply throughout the whole year anytime you want, but that is a crucial deadline for last year's status to end. So you definitely want these applications in before October 1st. Here's an example. They're green this year. We do change the color every year. This just helps me keep years apart. So please try. I mean, even if you've never done it before, I suggest give it a try. All you'll get is a letter from me that you're approved or you were denied. It's not a big deal, but it's so helpful for us and you to apply. And if you get approved, textbooks are free. Lunches can be either free or reduced, also breakfast. I think it's a great program, and I would love to see more people take advantage of it. And you can try multiple times, so if income changes through the year and something happens, you get laid off, please try again. You can try multiple times. There's no limit to how many times you can try to apply for free and reduced. I can't express enough how important this program is, and it is a wonderful program. Also, if you'd like to find our menus, you can go to the main website under food service, and there's printable menus that you can print for your little tigers in whichever building they're in. And also, something I'd like to stress is I'm needing subs in our kitchens, all buildings, with potential hires. I'm hitting where I'm going to have quite a few retirees, and so there's going to be opening spots. So if anybody's interested at all, please come see us. Join our team. It's a great group of ladies, and we would love to have you. Thank you.
Oftentimes I'm asked from parents on how they can be better engaged with our schools. So I've asked Mrs. Linderwell, our elementary principal, to share a little information about our Bluffton Harrison Elementary PTO.
We are very fortunate at our elementary school to have a wonderful parent-teacher organization. We have a number of parents that seem to increase this school year on their willingness to help out here at our school. PTO is able to do different fundraisers to raise money that help our kids and also help our staff. Particularly with our kids, they can provide different things such as pizza parties, dance parties, field trips. Every student receives funds for assistance to go on different trips throughout the school year, different rewards, as well as like help our teachers out. Many times teachers spend a lot of money on their own to provide classroom supplies. PTO tries to assist in that as well too. There is no requirement as far as needing to complete anything. It's simply showing up. We hold PTO meetings on the first Tuesday of every month here at the elementary school. Meetings start at 6:30 p.m. and anyone that is interested is more than willing to come. We are trying to do a better job advertising this year. We've been intentional to do that so that if you're like me and just a busy parent, oftentimes you have every intention of coming and you forget. But the first Tuesday of every month here at the elementary school at 6:30 p.m. I feel like many times we have parents ask how they can get involved or what are some unique ways that they could have opportunities to work alongside their kids. And this is one of them. We have many parents that come in and help and volunteer, especially when we are doing book fairs. They get to see the kids here while they're at school. So anyone that's interested, there are opportunities here and we would love to have them.
This month is a busy month. We have a lot of different things as well. The school year just starting up, but some quick things to just share of some big news and positives for our district. First off, we celebrated Forever Tigers Night. This is an annual event for all of our employees and their families, as well as welcoming back retirees to the district. We celebrate this with the coordination of the athletic boosters as they assist in providing us a meal at a Bluffton High School football night for our Tigers, as well as the athletic department offering free attendance for our employees and their families, as well as retirees. So very excited that we had that event. It was great to meet and connect back with our new employees and our retirees and their families. So thank you to those groups for helping to make that night a success. Also coming up later this month, we have Dr. Todd Whitaker coming to speak to our faculty and staff. Last spring, we provided a book from Dr. Whitaker, What Great Teachers Do Differently, and he'll be speaking on that book and highlighting and affirming the hard work and the efforts that our teachers put in on a daily basis, and identifying ways that our teachers either are already performing great or ways that they can improve on in their classrooms throughout our schools. And lastly, some really huge news. Mrs. Tara Kokenauer, high school social studies teacher, she has been recognized as a top 10 finalist in the Indiana Department of Education Teacher of the Year. Later this month, Mrs. Kokenauer will be traveling down to Indianapolis. She will be interviewed as part of the finalist process, and the award selection team will be conducting those interviews throughout the month with information coming most likely in October. So we wish Mrs. Kokenauer the very best as she continues with this process representing BHMSD.
Tara Kokenauer, what can you say about Tara Kokenauer? First of all, every time I walk into her classroom or every time I just even walk by her classroom, it is so evident that she loves her students, she loves teaching, and she brings to life what is world history that many find or could find boring. That she has a way of bringing that to life and having it be relevant for her students. Seldomly have I seen a teacher with so much empathy and understanding for students, and her mission truly is she wants to make a difference in the lives of her students. And you can tell that with every lesson that she prepares, that she does that with that in mind. So it's so encouraging to see a teacher like Tara Kokenauer who pours her whole self into what she believes in, and the product are the students and the lives that we see changed every day at Bluffton High School.
Being in the top 25 was humbling. Being in the top 10 is increasingly so. I was surprised. My throat was kind of like tight and I was nervous. But being in the top 10 to me is just, I see myself as a representative of Bluffton schools. So it's not just about me. It's about all the people around me that do their jobs really, really well every day, that pick me up on days when I'm struggling. It's about our administration that serves kids well and supports me well. Being a part of the top 10, it just means that, number one, I love kids, and I won't take that away from myself. I'm incredibly, I'm flattered, and I'm proud. I'm proud that my parents and my family can be proud of me. My husband can be proud of me. I'm proud of myself. My friends are proud of me, but my students are too. When Mr. Baker announced me to the student body as top 25, it was really cool for me to be monitoring out in the hallways, and students were coming by and giving me fist bumps and saying, "Let's get top 10." And it's the "let's get" part that really gets me, because I do view my classroom and our school as a team, and them rooting me on just made me even more proud to be a Bluffton Tiger.
Thanks again for staying through the end of our first podcast for BHMSD. We look to have more episodes coming for you to keep you informed of what's happening throughout our district each and every month. So be on the lookout for a new edition next month in October, and I wish you the very best. Thanks.